fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I can change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss that fact, taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light, ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah bitch I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on this shit daily. Pass me the jack, or this fuel got me hazy. About to unpack all these shit I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
How you going, guys? Have you ever just let yourself go and dance, you know, in your chair? Yeah, well, I just did. It's quite funny, actually. Okay, and this is what happens to my hair when I don't do anything to it and I put a brush through it, okay? It just goes frizz, okay? So we're going to have to put up with it because yesterday I was busy. I was helping my mum and dad clean their house and weed their gardens for the photos for the real estate. And I've got little, oh, you can't see them. I was in a path, you know, with my hands trying to grab the weeds from between the things. I've just worn the skin off my fingers. But anyway, that's just very, you know, minor. But I'm tired from it. Hey, out to lunch, Flyby Stew, Kai, Alex, Deborah Hitchcock. How you going? We've got 3 Debs now. We've got a Deborah, actually. I'll call you Deborah. And the other 2 are Deb R and Deb J. Okay, and Deborah said Baz and I will be here. Excellent. Cynthia, how you going? Cheryl, how you going? J1, how you going? Paul, how you going? Deb J, how you going? Who else have I not said? Tiki Doll, how you going? You're listening while doing the dog's nails, Alex. God love you. SW, good morning. How you going? Deb J said triplets. Who had triplets? Someone had triplets. I know Luna had twins. I've got a photo of them. Oh, how cute. Paul, how you going? Hi, lovely people. Greetings from Bribey Island, Queensland. Okay, we've got a bit to get into. Let it refresh itself, and here we go. You know how in America, right, people are still falling for this in Australia. This is Sky News Australia reporting this. This is why I tell you, don't trust them. Residents of Corowa have expressed shock after a group of 50 white supremacists congregated at a local war memorial with a white man fight back banner. What do you see about these people? I see glowies. They're glowing. In other words, they could be feds, right? And everything I say here today is alleged until proven in a court of law. I have to make that disclaimer because really it's true. But they're all dressed the same. That tells me straight away. Have you seen the ones in the US where they've got the dark jumpers and the tan coloured pants and the same boots and the same face coverings? This is no different, okay? This is an agency organised protest, I believe, and I said so. All just happen to be dressed alike. This screams glowies to me. Some agency guys, pull the other one. But people are going, it's about time. What are we really shocked about? What people are really shocked about is the destruction of their local jobs. People are falling for this. And I know that this is not, look, that screams glowy to me. That screams organised. It screams false, you know what? The flag of Australia, right? This is crazy. A couple of people have actually, there's only a couple of them that pointed this out. Where was it? Someone in America pointed it out. Hang on, where is it? Here we go. Righto Pinocchio. So this is completely staged. All corrupt Democrats, FBI, CIA tried this in America this year too. Americans didn't fall for it. Let's see if Aussies will. And some of them are. Okay, omnicentrists said they don't represent the public and they're probably paid agitators. It's a narrative that suits the left. Check their bank accounts. White man bad. Okay, and honestly, people are falling for it. Oh, of course, white Australia policy would, you know. There you go. Peyton Liu. Feds try to incite violence around little red flags. Real protesters don't cover their face and most of all wouldn't have a ridiculous banner like that. But not only that, look at real protesters. They do not dress alike. In nowhere. No protest that is organic. I mean, I went to protest. No one was dressed alike. Unless they just were waving an Australian flag. That's the only thing they had that was, see? Oh, here we go. Cadillac Cat, the same government psyop we have in America. Mark said, why does it say man? Why not men? Was the sign written by a foreigner? Yep, so look, a lot of Australians are falling for it. And it's sad. But anyway, let's keep going. Amjad Taha said, watch how we in the Middle East classify who is an enemy and who is not. The Muslim Brotherhood, including its armed wing Hamas, Hezbollah in Lebanon, and Muslim Brotherhood, allegedly Barack Obama was part of that, and Iran's Revolutionary Guards are seen as enemies of humanity, not just enemies of Israel, but also of Arabs and Persians alike. Does that tell you anything? The Arabs sees the whole... hang on, let me try.
بكل تأكيد سيكون الإقليم.
We speak in another language, so certainly the region would be more stable once the fight against terrorism is accomplished. Let's not forget that the Arab world as a whole sees Iran, the Islamic regime, as the first enemy of the Arab people. Iran's regime has killed more than 500,000 Syrians and displaced 7 million others. Iran's regime has killed thousands in Yemen, has financed and supported terrorism in Yemen, Lebanon. So the Arab world sees the first enemy of the Arab people, humanity, is the Iranian Revolutionary Guard. Certainly when we talk about the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, in regard to its recent threats, if it ever targets anything, it will target the civilians as usual. And it will target the Arab people no more, no less, and it will not target the Americans, and it will not dare to target the Americans. The Iranian Revolutionary Guard is seen by the region as no different from the Nazis. People in the region call the Iranian Revolutionary Guards the Nazis of the Middle East. To end the Palestinian issue being held hostage by Hamas militias in Gaza, we must confront the Iran Revolutionary Guards. To resolve the issues of statelessness in Lebanon, we must counter the Iranian Revolution, the end of the conflict in Syria. We must challenge the Iranian Revolutionary Guards, as well as in Yemen, to end the Houthis and terrorism. We must fight them. If we go to Afghanistan and Al-Qaeda, we know that many of the leaders are present in Iran. Your guest is also talked about, who targeted the embassy in Kenya and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Yes, we know it was Al-Qaeda, but Al-Qaeda and many members of Al-Qaeda were trained by the Iranian Revolutionary Guards. Terrorism came in and invaded this region since Khomeini came in power, and Iran, followed by Khomeini and others. They are the ones who brought terrorism. Is it possible? It is possible to have a dialogue between parties. It's possible to have a dialogue between the parties. Ask twice for I don't know why. Is it again with ISIS this time? Okay, we can't have a dialogue with Daesh, ISIS. Why? Because they're terrorists. The region considers. Oh my goodness, couldn't keep up with that one. The region considers the Iranian Revolutionary Guard like ISIS. They are just as dangerous. This is why the United States classified it as a terrorist organization, because it's become like ISIS and Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda? Okay, anyway. And I believe that was organised by a 3-letter agency. That's just my opinion, okay? That's just my opinion. Wilder said, Diddy Girl says what now? Oh, they said no. They said Diddy Girl says what? I put the now at the end. Okay, let's listen to J-Lo. What's she got to say for herself? I can guarantee I already know who she's voting for.
When we all vote, we can determine the direction of our country and create a better future for our communities. Your vote is your voice and your power, and our voices are louder together. But the only way your voice can be heard is if you're registered to vote. That's why I'm proud to be a When We All Vote co-chair and make sure every voice is heard this election. So let's get loud and make sure you're registered to vote. When we all vote, we can determine the direction of our country and create a better...
Okay, she didn't say who she's voting for, but I think we know. Yeah, she just said get out and vote. Okay. Yeah, okay. Everyone who's voting for Trump, you hear that? Get out and vote. Colin Rugg said new Diddy Freak Off attendee suggests there were children dressed up like Juka dolls with lipstick on in rooms where full-on orgies were taking place. Tania says Diddy's son would recruit women at parties to go into a special area. Now, take this with a grain of salt. I don't know. People over there having sex in this corner, they were dressed up like little people, Juku Barbies. We're not going to say what type of little people, but like a fetish. Tania says she was required to wear special slippers before she was allowed in this area. She said she was horrified witnessing what she described as little people in costumes and gay orgies. I'm looking like, what are they doing here? Like dressed up little red lipstick. They weren't supposed to be there, but I'm just looking like maybe it's some type of production going on. But why would they be at this party at 7 o'clock in the morning with grown people? Why would they be here? Tania said she was at the party because she was an up-and-coming singer who was looking for opportunities. The comments from Tania came during the Soft White Underbelly podcast. Okay, let's listen. Oh, she can say it.
So we get there, and that's when stuff got weird. And that's why they lock up our phones, because they know what we see in there, you know, it's he can get in trouble, like right now. So basically, we arrived, security guard patted us down. They put our phone in this little bubble case. So the bubble case is closed. They can't get unlocked until we walk out. So I'm walking around or whatever. So one of his sons, I'm not going to tell you which one, but it was like recruiting like whoever they wanted to go inside the house, because the freak off is inside the house and in the backyard. I'm like, okay, let me just go in the house. So I told my friend, like, wait right here, girl, let me just put on these shoes, see what this house is about. Walk up in there. I don't judge people, because at the time I was just smoking weed. But you know when people are out of their mind, and you know when people, you know what you don't want to be a part of. And it's just like, I'm seeing stuff that you see on the movies. This corner, this got going on. This corner, they over here doing this. This corner, they over there having sex. This corner, I'm just going to say, because I don't know what I can say because I'm not trying to be incriminating myself, but they were dressed up like little Harajuku Barbies.
Like what?
Little people, okay? We're not going to say what type of little people, but like a fetish. And I'm looking like, what are they doing here? Like dressed up, little red lipstick, like they weren't supposed to be there. But I'm just looking like maybe it's some type of production going on. But why would they be at this party at 7 o'clock in the morning with grown people? Like why would they be here? So I just, why me go in the house and why not the girl? So now you're picking and choosing. So it's fishy to me. So when all this stuff started coming out, I was like, I knew I was right. I knew it. Like, it ain't no doubt about that P. Diddy was doing all that. And like I say, I don't judge because I've been around people doing cocaine. But these hard drugs that they was doing and just, I ain't gonna lie, it was orgies and stuff going on. So all of this stuff going on, I'm like, why is people doing stuff all in the open? Like, that's just offending me and assaulting me, period.
Okay. Sounds like Sodom and Gomorrah.
So we get there.
Yeah. So there you go. Bobby D said everyone needs to make a post using this video so everyone sees what a piece of shit he really is. Hello, October Surprise. It's one big satanic worshipping club. Just ask Diddy. Okay. Tim Walls. Apparently. Allegedly. Okay, just the music. He was facing shocking accusations from DocNet YouTube, who claims Tim Walz's teaching career ended over inappropriate relations with a male student. This isn't just a smear. He was called Touchdown Timmy for a reason. I don't know. I heard there were some young girls too who didn't like what he was like. He was pressing up against them and touching them and making a big deal over them. They didn't like it. And you don't when you're young and someone comes at you like that. It's like, what the go away, get away from me. Shadow of Ezra said Ashton Kutcher is seriously considering a move to Europe and leaving Hollywood behind for good in light of recent controversies involving his close friend Sean Diddy Combs. Just over a week ago, Kutcher was reportedly so anxious that he feared Diddy might create a false accusation against him. If you did nothing wrong, you shouldn't have anything to worry about. Yeah. He screams glowy to me as well. A glowy is another term for someone who works for a 3-letter agency. Juanita Broderick said, was the Simpson... Oh, this one I might have to play on Rumble. But it's just music anyway, so what I'll do is... Hang on one sec. Just let me... I'm going to mute the audio desktop, the desktop audio. I'm going to pause it. We're going to make it sort of full screen, and we're not going to listen to it, though. Okay. Okay, it's just this guy thinking there's music behind it. Just the coincidences, you know? There's Bart up on stage, like... Wonder if the Simpsons were actually trying to tell us something. I'm Captain Obvious, by the way. So, yeah, you've got the swing people, people at the parties, the white parties. You've got the person up the top. Who is it? Oh, look. It's Diddy. Then you've got a tunnel that goes, There you go. And they're going to go and take out their enemies. And then he's going to put Beyonce, Queen Latifah. Latifah. Who's that one? Will Smith. Diana Ross. She was good friends with Michael Jackson, eh? Jay-Z. think they were trying to tell us something. Anyway, this is just all the coincidences, if you believe in coincidences. Jennifer Games said the Australian today reveals Labor is spending $30 million in Palestinian and Muslim communities in Western Sydney in the hope of getting the support of 161,418 people. Our money on their election. Put the Greens in last and Labor second last. Jeez. Labor in two-state daydream. They sure are. And what are they doing giving $30 million? What are they doing here? Like, are they putting up frickin' art or are they giving it to the people? I want to know. Tony said they sent Obama to come and get us and bring us back to the Democrat plantation. N-word, shut up, you don't speak for me, you don't speak for a lot of us. This entire video is spot on, must watch and share. And I put, there's about 3 of these. They're not happy. These guys are not happy, which is fair enough. I don't blame them. Who's Obama when he's at home?
So they sent Obama to come get us and bring us back to the Democratic plantation. He like it. They sent Obama back to come get us. He insulted us. He said, I was highly offended when he said the only reason we voting for Donald Trump is because we don't want a woman in president, so we come up with, yo, nigga, shut up. Shut up. You don't speak for me. You don't speak for me. You don't speak for a lot of us. Fuck out of here. You gonna tell us what we think? Come on, man. Who the fuck are y'all? That shit pissed me off, man. Fuck out of here. You gonna tell us how we need to think and what we should think? Man, shut up, man. Fuck out of here. You gonna bring Barack Obama. He gonna play us. First y'all call us low-informed voters, low information voters, misinformed voters. Now you want to come out and throw my mama in this shit. Fuck that. If my mom's was president, I ain't voting for her. My grandmother could be my own. I wouldn't vote for them either. And they got the same radical policies. Shit pissing me off, man. Watching this video with this motherfucker, man. This dude gonna come up here and tell us how we need to think. Yo, get the fuck out of here, man. Go back to the White House. Or wherever you came from. Barry. Now you want to address us like brothers. I ain't been your brother. Where was you at in 2008, Negro? Fuck out of here.
There you go. He told him. That's because Obama came out and there's footage of him saying, you know, they're losing the black man vote and they've got to do what they can to get it back and all this garbage. Hopefully I've bookmarked it somewhere. Razorback said, beautiful day in Melbourne today. I suspect rain now over the next couple of days because of this. Rad said, natural clouds today. Yeah, was this yesterday? Because we're cloudy today. It looks like just haze. Doesn't look like real cloud. It's haze. So these are the things I tell you to look for. Like normally a contrail coming out of the back of an airplane lasts about, 5-10 seconds and then it dissipates, right? These are not dissipating, and these turn into a mess in the sky where the sky just has this weird hue about it. This weird, I don't know, it's not even cloud, it's just a haze. They're polluting the sky to save the world from climate change. I just can't. Old Soldier said, if only we could find such a thing. James Melville said, imagine a beautiful carbon capture and storage machine that can last for generations to capture solar and light energy, convert water, carbon dioxide and minerals into oxygen, and store organic compounds while also reducing flooding, surrounding temperatures and pollution. And it's beautiful. You should see the machines they built. I'm going to have to go, at some point, when I get to the end of what I've bookmarked, I'm going to have to put the camera back on and scroll further down because there is heaps I have missed over the last few days. So I did want to catch up on that as well. Global Government Affairs says X welcomes the decision of Australian E-Safety Commissioner to concede that it should not have ordered X to block the video footage of the tragic attack on Bishop Ma Murray Emmanuel. Under the attack, a number of X-users posted video footage of the event. The bishop himself thought the public should be allowed to see the footage. However, the E-Safety Commissioner ordered X to block Australians from seeing the footage on X, even though it was available on some other platforms. X objected but complied with Australian borders pending a legal challenge by X. Unsatisfied, the E-Safety Commissioner demanded that social media platforms censor the footage worldwide. While other media companies did so, X fought in the Australian Federal Court. The court ruled in favour of X and rejected the E-Safety Commissioner's global censorship demand. Meanwhile, X filed a legal challenge arguing that the video footage should not be blocked even in Australia. 6 months later, the E-Safety Commissioner has conceded that X was correct all along and Australians have a right to see the footage. Bit late, love. It is regrettable that the Commissioner used significant taxpayer resources for this legal battle when communities need more than ever to be allowed to see, decide and discuss what is true and important to them, and why the hell are you spending taxpayer dollars fighting Elon Musk, you idiot? E-Safety Karen. Whether in Australia or around the world, X will fight for your right to free speech. Thank you, Elon. Seriously. Bloody idiot she is. E-Safety Karen, mate. Seriously. Philip Anderson said Obama scolding black men like they're children who need to be taught a lesson is beyond foolish, and saying you are lucky Michelle isn't here. Who the fuck do you think you are? We don't owe you or Kamala Harris anything. We'll vote in our best interest, and clearly, if all you have to offer is insults, then we shouldn't vote for Kamala. There you go. Laverne Spicer has said, Dear Barack Obama, where the fuck do you get off telling black men to jump off a cliff for Kamala Harris? She ain't done one thing for the black community since her dumb ass broke into the White House. And she especially ain't done nothing for men because men don't need abortions. True. And by the way, people fighting for this shit, right? This traumatizes a woman. Why the hell is anyone fighting for them? It's a lifetime of trauma. I will tell you right now, this thing here is a lifetime of trauma. I don't know why women are fighting for it. But anyway, hey, who am I to tell anyone, you know? All she ever did for men was pay for them to cut their dicks off so they could steal trophies from women and rape women in women's prisons. Not one fucking thing else. So why are our men supposed to just throw common sense out the window for her brown, not black ass? Bitch had 4 years to do what she says she's going to do if we vote for her. 4 years. All she did was bring in 30 million new people to replace us and for us to pay for and deal with. Barack, from where I'm standing, black folks ain't got a thing from her or you. So going forward, I'm going to need you to shut the fuck up when it comes to leading the black community, because you're just leading us out of the frying pan and into the fire. There you go. That's telling him. Maybe I should try and find the actual footage so that you can see what he said. Has anyone got it in here? What the frick? This man is a disgusting pig. These are not even his children. Yeah, and they're supposed to be the alleged parents of... Look at the smiles. Do these smiles match up with these two? No, she kind of looks... Her smile and his smile match pretty well. Her smile and her smile matches pretty well. I mean, you could probably say that one looks a bit... No, it doesn't really. Okay, anyway, let's continue. Have we got him in here? Okay, I'm hoping I've bookmarked it. Senator Gerard Rennick said, judges are no more than glorified bureaucrats given immense power with no accountability. It has to stop. And my question to you, Minister, were you looking at setting up some sort of review commission similar to ICAC, but for judges, whereby judges can be held to account for their performance? I think that's been discussed, but I'm not up to speed with it. I have a vague recollection of a judicial commission being committed to. And this is, look, the same thing is happening in Australia as is America. Judges are corrupt as well. Not all of them, but a lot. Especially when it comes to making the big decisions high up, I believe. Malcolm Roberts said another one spilling her guts. The New England Medical Journal was the most prestigious medical research and science journal, exposed for publishing many questionable studies that pushed big pharma studies and pushed false narratives around the coof. Thank you, Larry, for sharing from Dennis. It's simply no longer possible to believe much of the clinical research that is published or to rely on the judgment of trusted physicians or authoritative medical guidelines, allegedly, okay? I take no pleasure in this conclusion, which I reached slowly and reluctantly over my 2 decades as an editor of the New England Journal of Medicine. Marsha Angel? I'm not sure. But there you go. And I think that speaks for a lot of people, honestly. Certain physicians know what's going on, which is a good thing, thank God. But not all. A lot of them just follow along. They don't question. Why do people not question anything? Here I am sitting here questioning everything. My life, their life, whose life, I don't know. Shadow of Ezra said President Donald Trump has ramped up his security measures, travelling with additional decoy planes and occasionally splitting his motorcade. He's even been using unmarked planes without his signature branding to avoid enemy detection. Trump is set to announce Operation Aurora in Colorado, where he plans to invoke the Alien Enemies Act to deploy the military and eliminate every cartel and gang member that has infiltrated the country under the Biden-Harris administration. Just so you know. So if you see the military, Trump's announcement today in Colorado as USA, chants are up. November the 5th will be Liberation Day in America. Let's have a listen.
But to everyone here in Colorado and all across our nation, I make this pledge and vow to you, November 5th, 2024 will be Liberation Day in America. It will be Liberation Day. Thank you. Thank you.
He's live now, by the way. Well, he was. No, he still is. I've got it on my phone. I've got Trump live on my phone. I should play. I should have streamed it. I'm showing a video now. And it's the US military, I think. Anyway, okay, sorry, I'm distracted by... I was watching it before I jumped on and I went, no, I've made my live right in the middle of his speech. Oh, no. Jessica for Trump said, protect this man at all costs. And I agree. Okay, that was a post. Got to go back out and just get to the bookmarks. Donald J. Trump said from the very beginning of this journey, I've been on a mission to rescue our nation from a failed and corrupt political establishment. I will never quit. I will never bend. I will never break. And I will never yield, not even in the face of death itself. There you go. Geoloff tagged me in this. Kinda long but worth the view. Farm Girl Carrie said, arrested by Kamala, a black mother's story. This is a must-watch, friends. It's 9 minutes long. Oh. Okay, we're going to have a look. Okay, get ready for it.
I intend to fight for Black Lives Matters. I intend to fight.
If Black Lives matter to her, why didn't I matter?
I don't agree what Kamala Harris did to my mom. And I don't agree with what she's done to other parents as well.
My message to all Americans, especially Black Americans, do not trust Kamala Harris.
I'm so proud of you right now, because you walked all the way down here and I wasn't expecting you to walk.
My daughter, Shayla, suffers from sickle cell anemia, a chronic, painful genetic disease.
As a prosecutor and law enforcement, I have a huge stick.
It's a very sharp stabbing pain, and it hurts a whole lot. Like from my chest all the way down, it hurts, including my side.
So I decided I was going to start prosecuting parents for truancy.
When Kamala Harris was the California Attorney General, she had me arrested and prosecuted because my handicapped daughter was sick in the hospital and had missed some days of school.
I spent a majority of my time here at the hospital.
Kamala's horrible policies hurt mothers like me and the Black community. My name is Sheree Peoples, and this is my story. I am a single mother. I've worked as a certified nursing assistant and a caregiver. My daughter Shayla was born in 2002. When she was born, she was diagnosed with sickle cell anemia. It affects all major organs in the body and also causes extreme pain. First heard of Kamala Harris when she got elected California Attorney General.
We are putting parents on notice. We are going to make sure that you face the full force and consequences of the law.
She wrote a report saying truancy was costing California schools $1.4 billion a year in funding.
Because of truancy, California public schools lose $1.4 billion a year in funding. I want money.
Kamala then wrote a law making it criminal for parents if their kids miss school time. Kamala even wrote a book called Smart on Crime.
You can read an excerpt from the book that she just plugged shamelessly. It's called Smart on Crime.
Talking about arresting parents for truancy.
I sent a letter on my letterhead out to every parent in the public school system.
In 2012, like all California parents, I received a threatening letter from Kamala Harris saying we'll go to jail for a year if our kids even miss 10% of school days. It was like a crazy intimidation tactic.
I'm going to start prosecuting parents for truancy.
It was April 18th, 2013, in the morning. I'm in my pajamas. I had just fed my daughter, gave her medications, sent her off to school. Little did I know, there was a warrant out for my arrest. All of a sudden, the police is outside my house, and they started banging on the door. I opened up my door, and 2 officers entered my home. They told me I was under arrest for my child missing school. They said I was going to jail. I was shocked. I said, but my baby is sick. The school knows that. And they said, go talk to Kamala Harris. Place your hands behind your back.
My mom did nothing wrong. We did everything we were supposed to. I was always bringing doctor's notes, always calling the school to let them know that I was in the hospital.
Then they handcuffed me. So they take me outside for what you call a perp walk. And oh my God, the TV news was there. The newspapers were there. You could swear I had killed somebody. It was degrading and humiliating. I was taken to the Criminal Justice Center. They took my mugshot. I was fingerprinted like a criminal, and I was terrified. The next day, the Orange County Register showed the pictures of my arrest. They even had a close-up picture of my hands in handcuffs to show here's a Black mother being arrested.
It was a truancy rate at over 2.5 times that of white students.
Everyone knew most truant kids were Black. I think Kamala Harris wanted me as an example to threaten other single Black mothers, like, this can happen to you if you don't get your kids in class. The police even put out a press release naming me and other Black single mothers like Toya Daniels who got arrested the same day. But my hell was just beginning. They gave me 2 charges: failure to supervise and encourage school attendance, and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. I couldn't believe it. They framed my daughter as a gang member and basically charged me with neglect. I spent the next 2 years in court fighting these charges. Kamala assigned her nastiest prosecutors to my case.
My homicide prosecutors, my gang prosecutors. And they went over there and I said, when you go over there, look really mean.
like 10 different prosecutors. They kept pressuring me to plead guilty and spend a year in jail, but I kept refusing because I did nothing wrong. All the time I had to spend going to court, I was struggling to care for my Shayla. I lost my job and couldn't pay rent, and we got evicted. I became homeless. We had to move into a motel.
And I ended up being in the hospital a lot during her trial. And in that hospital stay was when I had my stroke.
Once program got a lot of criticism too. Did you actually lock anybody up?
No, we never locked anybody up. We never sent a parent to jail. And no parent went to jail. And we did prosecute some cases, but far few, only about 20.
It's ironic because Kamala helped raise money to bail out murderers, rioters, and thieves. But she thought I belonged in jail because I had a handicapped child. To me, Kamala is fake. She just repeats stupid things like unburdened.
What can be unburdened by what has been?
What can be unburdened by what has been?
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been. You know?
I found out she only became Attorney General because she was a mistress to the married San Francisco Mayor, Willie Brown.
Are you his daughter? No.
And today I see she tries appealing to Black audiences by putting on fake urban accents.
And we're gonna do it again in 2024.
Black people are very down to earth. This is insulting to us.
You better thank a union member for vacation time.
Kamala, how stupid do you think we are? And I saw Kamala's Twitter photo. That's from like 20 years ago. She's 60 years old today. Even with the heavy makeup, you can see she's 60. I seen her pretending to be talking on the phone, avoiding the press. She's a terrible actress. Is calling young people stupid.
What else do we know about this population, 18 through 24? They are stupid.
With Kamala, we can't even say Merry Christmas.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas? How dare we?
The laugh is so insincere.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? We have to stay woke. Like, everybody needs to be woke. And yeah, I am radical.
All this woke and radical stuff doesn't do anything for me as a single Black mother. All it got me was inflation that hurt me and my kids. Grocery store prices are crazy. I can't pay for food on my income.
I am in favor of saying that we're not going to treat people who are undocumented across the border as criminals.
Black people has been in America for 400 years, but Kamala pushes us to the back of the line behind illegals. Why? As borders are. She just filling up our schools with kids who don't speak English just so they can get more government money. Illegals get free health care, but I have to pay. They get free housing, and I'm struggling to pay rent.
Are undocumented immigrants that are the least likely to commit a crime.
And it's more dangerous in our neighborhood. We don't need Venezuelan gangs.
To this day, at 22 years old, I suffer from full paralysis on my right arm and partial in my right leg.
Kamala Harris owes me an apology and my daughter an apology for what she did to us.
Let's be clear, my values have not changed.
Look, I am not a political person, but I want people to know what Kamala Harris has did to me. If she do it to me, she will abuse anyone if you give her the power.
Peter Odysee here, outside the West Wing of the White House, where this week, one of my questions about foreign aid versus hurricane relief was called misinformation. President Biden is fond of saying, show me your budget and I will tell you what you value. If he's got money for people in Lebanon right now, without Congress having to come back, what does it say about his values? There's not enough money right now for
His
people
values,
in North Carolina who
his-
need it. That's not misinformation.
Wait, no, that is your whole premise of the question is misinformation, sir. What you do? Yes,
Which
it's misinformation.
I've got the information right here. The vice president is posting on social.
Sorry, guys, I had the volume off, didn't I? As soon as my phone rang, I knew. Hello. The volume was off, wasn't it? My mic. Oh, really? Thank you, Dal. Okay, bye. Yes, my mic was off, and I'm sorry about that. I was saying about, sorry guys, how far back do I have to go? Back to this one probably, where they're going to lock you up if you don't send your kids to the indoctrination centres. That's what I was saying. Sorry, guys. And this one is Black Mountain, North Carolina, Hurricane Helene update from the City Emergency Management meeting. The Red Hill area, there was 100 bodies pulled out. They have extensive wastewater issues there. During the storm, the entire water treatment sewage plant floated downriver. The amount of water it would normally take to flood into this area is now significantly reduced because of the landslides. The way the topography changed, so now it'll take less water to flood this area. A light breeze came in and blew a tree over and landed on search and rescue workers that are now in critical condition. So the soil is still really, really loose. Approximately 150 recorded landslides in the last 2 days alone, so those types of things are still happening. It's dangerous out there. We're finding people in neighbourhoods that don't have cars because their cars will wash down rivers, so they can't even get to the supply drops. And the next one was Peter Odysee. Okay, so I was in the middle of this one, wasn't I? Sorry, guys. Get yourself together, Hev. Okay.
Show me your budget and I will tell you what you value. If he's got money for people in Lebanon right now, without Congress having to come back, what does it say about his values? There's not enough money right now for
His
people
values,
in North Carolina who
his-
need it. That's not misinformation.
Wait, no, that is your whole premise of the question is misinformation, sir. What you do? Yes,
Which
it's
part?
misinformation.
I've got the information right here. The vice president is posting on social media about $157 million in additional assistance to the people of Lebanon. President Biden is posting about how the Small Business Administration's disaster loan program is going to run out of funding if Congress does not come back. To a lot of people watching these briefings, a taxpayer dollar is a taxpayer dollar is a taxpayer dollar. That is not misinformation. That is a fact.
There you go. So he fact-checked himself. Okay, Gerloff said, parents beware. James Plicart said, I have no idea what chemicals are in sleepy stickers, but I found out the school was giving them to my kids without permission. How would you handle this situation? The teachers wouldn't want to be in front of me, put it that way.
2 teachers and 2 aides have been suspended so far. Still, they don't feel comfortable sending their kids back to school. What happened with the sticker?
The sticker makes me fall asleep.
This is 4-year-old Lane Luviano. She's the one that broke this case open in September when she snuck one of her sleepy stickers out of the classroom.
She kind of pulled up her little shorts and said, Mom, look, this is my sleeping sticker. And I was like, the what?
When Lane's mom, Lisa, saw the sticker, she thought it was strange and asked her daughter about it. And the teacher gives it to you where she put it?
On my arm.
On your arm? Which part? Point to it. Right up there?
Yeah.
And what's it look like?
Sleeping with a moon on it.
Lane's dad says he's known something was wrong since school first started.
2 o'clock in the morning, I'm hearing her. Some noise in the room, and I'm going over there. She's still up.
And so she gives you the sticker. You put the sticker on, and it makes you tired?
Yeah.
And all the kids get them?
Yeah, they never notified the parents.
So Lisa took matters into her own hands. She reached out to the other parents in Lane's class, sent them pictures of the patch to see if their kids were getting the stickers too.
I showed it to my 4-year-old, and she said, yes, that's the Sleepy sticker.
Melissa Guilford immediately went online to research the sticker.
Sleep Z patch. Okay, so, and if you read the ingredients on them, it has a lot of, it's just things I've never even heard of.
And they're giving them drugs to make them sleep, to keep them quiet.
Najala Abdullah tells us she'd noticed changes in her son, who told her he'd been getting the stickers too. She says he'd been crying, stopped eating, and was bringing home lunches that he hadn't touched. The parents shared with us an email they received from Northgate Crossing Elementary's principal today. The email states 2 of the school staff members were put on leave after they allegedly administered sleeping supplements to students on September 24th. The email also states the Spring ISD Police Department is investigating.
Sorry, that end bit where the TikTok thing comes up is always really loud, guys. I'm so sorry. But I'm telling you, those teachers wouldn't want to be standing in front of me when I found that out. What, you're drugging my child? Is that all day long? So you just take the money for not really looking after them because they're all asleep? Who knows? And apparently Senator Malcolm Roberts was on with Alex Jones. Alex Jones interviewed our Australian Senator Malcolm Roberts. It goes for an hour. I'm not going to play it. But they go into a whole lot. And that really sort of surprised me. So there you go. Alex Jones has, they talk about the digital ID. They talk about, what else do they talk about?
Oh, it has. Both is the.
I don't want to play it because I don't know. Is he allowed on here? I don't want to get kicked off. But they go into a whole lot of stuff.
Then and then how we dismantle this, how we stop it. Well, I first became involved. I didn't know anything about this. You know, what you would have been saying in 2009, I would have probably laughed at. And then I got involved in the climate fraud, exposing the climate fraud. I'm a mining engineer by training. I've worked in leadership and management at corporate levels and at mine sites. And I've been trained as a mining engineer to keep people alive underground. That means I have to understand atmospheric gases. So I just knew that the carbon dioxide cannot do what they're saying it can do. Boil the planet. It's not going to boil the bloody planet. It's essential. It's nature's essential fertilizer for plants. So when they started demonizing carbon dioxide, and I worked in New Zealand for a client over there for a year. Our family went over there. When we came back, I saw it was a rage in this country. And so I said, this is bullshit. So I started researching it, and I found out the science is absolute crap. There is no science backing it up whatsoever.
Okay, so Malcolm Roberts, he's with One Nation, with Pauline Hanson's party. Okay? He could be a Prime Minister, I believe. Even if Pauline Hanson can't, I believe he could. Libs of TikTok said Megan Donecker, a pink-haired DEI trainer, filed a complaint against Oregon's Forestry Department Deputy Head Mike Shaw for hiring candidates most qualified for the job rather than because of identity. She also complained that queer staff felt unsafe because they couldn't have conversations about pronouns. What, you're unsafe because you can't demand people use your pronouns? Wow, that's really unsafe. Has anyone ever punched you in the face before? Because then I'd feel unsafe, you know what I mean? Not because I'm not allowed to have a conversation about pronouns. Jesus. These people are so freaking soft. We should put them all on their own island and let them try and survive. With their they can talk all what they want about their pronouns on that island, right? Just see what happens to them. They'll be crying in a corner under a tree somewhere within 5 minutes. Mike Shaw was put on leave after the complaint was filed. So this guy got kicked out because he put the right people for the job in there, and this person complained because they weren't able to talk about pronouns. Bloody idiots, seriously? Okay. Oh. Oh, okay. Matt Wallace said now on TikTok, it is now against community guidelines to say the word gay. In one word, describe how you feel about that. That's gay. What do people say? I'm waiting for someone to go, yeah, gay. Yeah, even the horses refuse to walk across the pride flag. Watch this, actually. They don't want to walk across it. No, the man's trying to get his horse to go, but they won't. They're going to go round it. Look. Tells you a lot when the animals aren't even on your side. Okay, Red Pill USA said, Trump, where's gays for Trump? Supporters said, we're over here. Trump said, you don't look gay. Oh, this is actually funny. The guy laughed too.
Thank you very much. Where's gays for Trump? You don't look gay.
He said, you know good.
He said, you don't look gay. We did great with the gay population. Thank you very much.
Trump, sorry, I was going to say gay is actually more moderate. Trump's more moderate than people think he is. Believe me. Enlightenment said Freemasons are gay. When did gay become a slur? I thought that's what homosexual men wanted to be called. What is the G in LGBTQP? Q? RST? WXYZ? Yeah, what's the G for? Well, the first one's lesbian, the second one's gay, the third one's bi, the next one's trans. The P, they say it stands for pan, but I'd question that. More like pedo, because pan means anything goes. And queer is the Q. And the plus, oh, God knows. They've got two-spirit, I don't know. See, there's a Libercrat. Well, that's gay. There you go. Okay. Hang on, yeah, okay. I'm right in the right place. Texas said Trump's convictions have all been overturned and he's getting his $500 million back. Proven in the appellate courts that it was all political and a sham, Trump 2024. And it has been. It's been proven. He doesn't have to, they got to pay him back. Sorry, I'm just trying to adjust this microphone. It's going to fall off on me. I'm having a bit of a day. Okay. Josh Dunlap said, looks like we found the head of the snake. Obama made it legal for the media to purposely lie to the American people. In 2012, he signed H.R. 4310, which allowed propaganda to be used on US citizens by its own government, essentially repealing the Smith-Mundt Act of 1948, which banned the use of domestic propaganda. And he did. He changed the rules and he allowed it. And I remember I was awake at the time, fuming silently by myself because nobody else was awake that I knew. And I was copping it all over YouTube for putting comments in people's videos and things, trying to tell people. Oh, well. Nets Melbourne said Jacinta Allen tries to save her dying leadership with yet another virtue signalling stunt. It's time, this time, an apology to the stolen generation of Aboriginals. Hang on, we already did that. That's right, the same apology that Kevin Rudd delivered 16 years ago. She's at a smoking ceremony. Apologising to the Aboriginal people for the second time. Yeah, it's nothing but virtue signalling, seriously. Europe Invasion said, breaking news, Sweden has begun mass deportations of Iraqi immigrants. Yesterday, a plane load of Iraqis was sent to Iraq. Authorities say the deportations will continue. Do you want this to be implemented throughout Europe? Yes. And European nations like Australia. Thank you very much. Okay, Terence K. Williams got on Obama. This message is for you. Sending this to Barack Obama. I'll let him say it. How many minutes? 4 minutes. Okay, well.
I'm giving everybody a fair warning right now. You might not like my language in this video, so move on if you have sensitive ears. And also, Send this video to Barack Obama. Barack Obama, I need to holler at you. Sit down so I can holler at you and look at me when I'm talking to you. Okay? So it took me a day to respond because I wanted to give you time to think about how stupid you sound when you say you are ashamed that black people are not supporting Kamala Harris. And Barack Obama, do you not realize that this is America? You are a former president. So you should know that this is America. And black people have the right to vote for and support whoever they want. Black people have the right to support and vote for whoever they want. I have the right to wear this red hat. I have the right to support Black people don't have to support Kamala Harris. Barack Obama, do you think people have to do what you say? We don't have to do what you say. Who do you think you are? You are not God. We don't have to worship you. You want us to get down on our knees and worship you and bow down to you, boy, bye. Do you think you are the ruler of black people? Do you think you are the king of the black community? Huh? No. You act like you own us. You act like you own black people. You don't own me. Okay? So be ashamed all you want. I'm not voting for Kamala Harris. I'm not doing it. And a lot of black people are not doing it. And you want to know why, Barack Obama? Because don't nobody like her. And people realize now that voting for somebody based on the color of their skin is not going to help them. It's not a great idea. You know why black people want to vote for Trump and not Kamala? Huh? Because they realize that Trump actually cares about this country and Trump will do what's best for everybody, including black people. And black people realize that you bamboozled and tricked them into voting for you based on the color of your skin. Now black people realize that that's not a great idea because we had a black president who didn't do a damn thing for black people. Trump did more for black people than you. You bamboozled and tricked black people into voting for you. Well, vote for me because I'm black. And you made black people think you were going to do all these magical things. And you were promising all this false hope. And didn't do nothing. Nothing. Black people did not get anything out of you. Do you know who benefited from you being the first black president? You did, Barack Obama. You are the only person who benefited from you being the first black president. You, Barack Obama, you are the only one who benefited. You left the White House and made millions of dollars. Black people didn't get anything that you promised them. But you want to run your mouth. You want to yap off at the mouth and talk about why black people are not supporting Kamala like they supported you. They made a mistake supporting you. Because you are a lying piece of shit. And you don't own us. So go sit your black ass down somewhere. And get out of my damn face, fool. Screw you.
That's telling him.
I'm giving everybody a fair.
Yep. On your Terrence. Okay, I've ended up over the side again. Rosita Diaz said, here we go again. How many more times is this going to happen? Premier makes secret apology for Victorian stolen generation. That was the smoking ceremony we've seen before. Jacinta Allen has made a historic formal apology to the state's stolen generation, but delivered it at a private gathering of Indigenous Victorians. There are very few Aboriginals in Victoria, very few. Why then is a politician even doing this? Point scoring? Why are treaty negotiations in private? I'd like to know that too. So citizens are not aware of the dealings of government. What are they promising them? That's what I'd like to know. Nah, baby, nah, at hashtag Trump. Said breaking, Pope Francis on President Trump. A person who thinks only about building walls wherever they may be and not of building bridges is not Christian. This is not the gospel. What are your thoughts on Pope Francis? Well, if he's saying things like that, he's not... Yeah, all Oz integrity said coming from the satanic goblin who lives in a gated community with guards. He's not a pope. Meanwhile, the Pope is surrounded by one of the oldest walls in history. And what about the other countries not taking any more illegals? This is politics and the church needs to stay out of it. And there you go. Shotsky said, Dear Pope, tear down these walls. If the Pope's not into building walls, why is there one around the Vatican? Okay, Aussie Cossacks said mass deportation of migrants is happening now at Russia's Moscow Domodedovo airport. EU and USA watch and learn. This is how you deal with illegal immigration. You send them bloody back. When they don't integrate into the country, when they don't want to, I don't even know why, like Lebanese people come here, sign up for the Australian government benefits and then go back home. Elon Musk said Google is controlled by far left activists. David Sachs said Google lies. Trump's latest podcast. Podcast hosts laugh in Trump's face as he struggles to defend rambling. Podcast host laughs when Trump describes himself as basically a truthful person. That's Google for you. They're not going to tell you the truth. Shadow of Ezra said Donald Trump has called for the immediate execution of any illegal immigrant convicted of killing an American citizen or law enforcement officer. He also announced his plans to unleash elite federal squads tasked with hunting down, arresting and deporting every illegal gang member until none remain in the USA. It's Operation Aurora, like we heard before. January 5th, 2024 will be Liberation Day in America.
At the hands of migrants who should never have been allowed into our country, I'm announcing today that upon taking office, we will have an Operation Aurora at the federal level. To expedite the removals of these savage gangs, and I will invoke the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. Think of that. 1798. This was put there. 1798. That's a long time ago, right? To target and dismantle every migrant criminal network operating on American soil at the hands of... But to everyone here in Colorado and all across our nation, I make this pledge and vow to you. November 5th, 2024 will be Liberation Day in America. It will be Liberation Day. Thank you. Thank you.
There you go. Liberation Day, January the 5th. Yep. Okay, Enlightenment said, are you all ready for some pain? Checkmate, bitches. That was the same post. Okay. Mark Rowley. Okay, I just put this in here because... How the did that get there, okay? Pictures. Well, we are wondering how that got into a tree unless something flooded and carried it up, same as this one, into the trees. How did that horse get in there? And how did this horse get in here? This is one of our MPs here in Australia, one of our politicians, who snuck in under the Labor Party and has now made her own party for Muslims. Out you go, love. See you later. Go and do it in your own country. She won't be allowed. She's a woman. Migration Watch Australia said this is insane. Nearly 3 million temporary visas. Australia is breaking apart. And I heard that's just in the last 2 years. I don't know. Could be the whole time Labor has been in power. But from what I'm hearing... it could be just in the last 2 years. As that said, Sweden today will send a plane with Iraqi citizens who will be forcibly deported from Sweden to Iraq Some of the Iraqis who will be deported today have been living in Sweden for 17 years. Do you support this action from Sweden? Yes, because it's been a long-term plan. If you know what's going on, this is not just like the last 4 years. It's been going on for a long time, and they've been seeding these people slowly but surely into our countries until the last 4 years where they've just hammered it. Anti-WEF said, how about we exclude Bill Gates from society, like in prison? Because Bill Gates said digital ID must be accepted by US citizens by 2028 or risk exclusion from society. How about we exclude him from society? That sounds like a better option to me. I don't know about you, but to me that sounds like a much better option, really. Bye, Bill. Travis said, happening now, the Trump team went before the appeals court in the civil fraud trial with Letitia James in New York. The appeals judges couldn't understand why James brought the case in the first place. They continuously asked her legal team for examples of anyone ever bringing a case like this before and even insinuated it must be political. In closing arguments, the James team spent a bulk of their time begging not to be sanctioned for weaponising the justice system. Will the media report on this? Will Democrats stop calling Trump a fraud and start calling James a fraud? Will the members of the DOJ who helped prosecute this case be investigated? Once again, Trump was right and the Democrats were crooked. Will the media report on this? No. Will the Democrats stop calling Trump a fraud and start calling James a fraud? No. Will the members of the DOJ who helped prosecute this case be investigated? No. We live in a banana republic. I think we all do. Okay, Daisy May said Fatima Payman is calling her new party Australia's Voice. For Muslims, must be. But do you notice what's missing in all these photos? And you'd be hard-pressed to find it in other photos either. I looked. I want you to tell me what's missing. I can see it straight away. Okay, look at this. Okay, looks like a Palestinian flag and an Aboriginal flag. Palestinian flag, Aboriginal flag. Palestinian flag, Aboriginal flag. Can you find an Australian flag anywhere? Sorry if you can hear that. We've got helicopters going overhead and the cicadas are going nuts outside and have been since the start of spring. Matt Wallace said, I've obtained proof that Justin Bieber was falsely diagnosed with bipolar disorder on purpose and prescribed lithium and other medication as a form of mind control. And it doesn't surprise me looking at how he used to look and now looking at him. It seems that they all turn out that way. All kids of Hollywood and stuff. You know, they're great looking little kids, you know, and then all of a sudden they get into hard drugs. They don't look so good anymore. Awakened Outlaw is calling for yet another strong argument for public floggings, and worse applies here. A video surfaced in September of a panel discussion in February 2024 in which Democrat Rep. Jamie Raskin speculated that Congress will stop Trump on J6 by invalidating a Trump election victory, even though it could be at risk of civil war. Remember this, man. And I know I've shown the video, so hopefully you have seen it. It's this one here. I'm hoping you have. The Patriot Voice said Raskin is planning a real communist insurrection with civil war conditions. The Patriot Voice said if they fail in their attempts to steal the election when real Donald Trump wins and top Democrats refuse to certify the vote on January 6th because of the 14th Amendment, then Americans will see what real communism looks like. Where am I up to? Yeah. If you think for 1 second they're just going to allow Trump back into the White House, especially since they hold all power currently without a fight, you better think again. Jamie Raskin already said that they will use this angle to create civil war conditions. I believe him, and we should all prepare accordingly. We should not put anything past these Bolshevik tyrants. Then comes martial law and FEMA takes over to put the dissenters into camps. This is what they plan. They won't just... Okay, so now this person's saying, right, that martial law is going to come in and FEMA's going to... Okay, what did Trump just say? He's going to send in the army to remove the military to remove the illegals, criminals. So I don't know. Take this with a grain of salt. This is what they plan. They just won't say the last part out loud. That's such a trajectory. And where I see this going, I really do pray I'm wrong. Buckle up. Yeah, look, if it's FEMA, then you've got a problem. Just know what you're dealing with. You've got to understand what you're dealing with. Verica said Matt Barry exposes everything that's wrong with Australia. He's CEO of Freelancer. You would think a country with 1,200 years of coal supply would be an energy superpower. You would think a country with 28% of the world's uranium reserves would be an energy superpower. You would think a country with 20% of the world's gas exports would be an energy superpower, the Stanford graduate said. You would think a country with 47% of the world's lithium production, that is 6th in the world for production of copper, 5th in the world for production of nickel, you'd think it would be an electronic and engineering superpower. He pointed out that with 56% of the world's iron ore exports, Australia could make its own steel and export it across the globe instead of selling the ingredients for a fraction of the price to places with much lower manufacturing wages. We should be the richest country in the world, full stop. And yet you've got sellouts selling Australia out. Verica's right. Yes, many years ago we had a massive steelworks facility in Port Kembla, just down south near Wollongong. The government shut it down. In 1973, Whitlam created the Lima Agreement, which saw all manufacturing going overseas. Our standard of living has been declining ever since. So there you go. Okay, Cromwell said, why all of a sudden can northern lights be seen all across the clear UK skies? I've lived on this planet and pretty much all across the UK and have never seen them in 66 years. Because apparently that solar flare is back again. Okay, Donald J. Trump said, I will cut the price of energy and electricity in half within 12 months. We'll seriously expedite our environmental approvals and quickly double our electricity capacity. This will drive down inflation and make America and Michigan the best place on earth to build a factory. Because he's going to bring manufacturing back, and that's what we need to do in Australia. Okay, this is one I missed because it's way down, so I had to re-bookmark something here. Tommy Robinson said New Zealand's DEI Navy commander sinks a $100 million naval vessel. The first New Zealand naval ship sunk since World War II. And this is who did it. The DEI hire. And look at it. Sorry, not sorry. Really not. Cat Turd's laughing at Ian Yeager saying breaking Vogue magazine just released the front cover of Kamala Harris's new magazine. What's your reaction? Oh dear, look at the hands. Looks like Barack Obama's hands. Sorry, they look like man hands. They're really big. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. I have no idea. Donald J. Trump post from his Truth Social said, it's just come out that Democrats in Washington and Democrat Governor's Office of North Carolina, Roy Cooper, were blocking people and money from coming into North Carolina to help people in desperate need. Biden knew about it, so did Kamala. It's all over the place, a horrible situation. I'll make it up to everyone when we take office on January 20th. Hold on. Hold on. I'm coming. Hold on. He's coming. Okay. The opinionated black woman auntie said Trump will win. The election is too big to rig. And this is a woman in Australia, mind you, okay? There's no way on God's green earth that Kamala Harris can get more votes than Joe Biden, who, lol, got more votes than Obama. Try saying that without laughing. More votes than Obama. Ah. Oh, dear. Okay, apparently while it was cloudy and we didn't see anything at all here, concerned citizens said the whole world are witnessing the Northern Lights. America, Canada, Australia, Britain, just a selection below. Haze. I can't see anything but haze out there. It's supposed to rain at midday. Apparently this is because of a strong solar flares and an 11-year cycle. Personally, I say that's nonsense and you're witnessing something else altogether. What are we witnessing? What do you think we're witnessing? I'm going to have to read the comments to see what people are saying. What do they think we're witnessing? Aha, they reckon HARP. And Tim Poole reckons HARP is a leftist conspiracy theory made up to confuse people because weather manipulation does happen, but he says he can't see how this does anything. Well, when they send 3 million or 3 billion watts into the ionosphere, all concentrated into one beam, right? It has been known that that bounces off the ionosphere and can go whichever angle they want to aim it at if they're correct in their aim. Okay, so though it might look like the aurora, the red or greenish air glow in the ionosphere is a byproduct of rare 4-day-long set of experiments at the High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, or HARP, in Gakona. Just look up the Alaska Daily News and see if HARP's turned on. They openly declare it will cause the aurora borealis. And I believe they did. You're not witnessing you're witnessing not northern lights, but globalist HARP eater. Okay. Oh, there's a problem, guys. We can only see them with our camera. Southeast England. Norway. Whoa, Norway. Look at that. Okay, yep, I'm pretty sure God warned of these things and said there'd be signs and wonders in the sky. This isn't a common phenomenon. The US has 4 opportunities in the last year to see them. Couple this with solar eclipses, comets, random appearing nova. You get the idea. There you go. But I did see something where HARP is claiming that you may be able to see auroras. I'll see if I can find it for tomorrow, guys. Liz Crokin said Julia Roberts is the worst. When I was working as a gossip columnist in Chicago while she was filming Ocean's 12, I got more complaints about her than any celebrity. I was on the movie set one day and I watched her snub a few little girls who waited for hours to meet her. This even pissed George Clooney off, lol, as he told the girls she promised she would come out and she never did. She's a total diva and a bitch. And David J. Harris said, wonder if she's on some secret tapes. Hollywood actress Julia Roberts wears a Harris Waltz hat while campaigning for Kamala Harris. I don't know, man. I don't know. Man. I don't know. I think half these people look like... And someone was saying, why are they trying to get, like, kids to change their gender? And why does all Hollywood's kids... Why are they all trans? Because the adults are. Just my opinion, just my belief. You don't have to agree with me, and I might be wrong. But geez, man, I don't know why. Ariel said countdown to fireworks. Hillary Clinton just said Kamala Harris has to be ready for her October surprise. I did read that. Okay. So I've already been going for 1 hour, 24 minutes. So I'm going to leave it at that. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to jump onto Rumble after I've read some of your comments. I'm going to jump onto Rumble and get this handy book stuff dealt with. I'm going to talk about a school and a false flag and training exercises and God knows what else. So there we go. Look at my hair, for God's sake. Anywho, let's not worry about that. Okay. Which one goes back further? I believe this one does. No, this one. Someone's ringing my phone, guys. Give me 1 sec. Sorry, I did untick the microphone so that I could talk, and it didn't untick. So Deb Jones said, Alex, I'm repeating myself twice. Kai said, hell, even that paralysed science guy is on the list for Pete's sake. Kai said, can't think of his name at the moment. Sounds like see and say when he talks. I know who you're talking about. What was his name? I know who you're talking about, Kai. I can't think of his name either, so don't feel bad for not remembering his name. SW said, I'm going home. There I am, there in my bedroom. I'm safe and snug and snoring. So glad to be there. I'm going home. None of this ever happened, but God, I really did. It's still nothing has changed. I believe that's a song, but I don't know which song it is. Sorry, SW. D. Lee said, hello, Deb and Alex. How you going, D. Lee? Ego Shredder, how you going? It's only trauma for them if they have a soul. Kai said, oh, someone found on the tube and swap operation from male to not. And Deb J said, hey, D. Lee. Kai said, start to finish. Kevin, how you going? Good to see you. G'day, Hev and everyone. SW said, Alice Cooper, I'm going home. Oh, okay. That's why I don't know it. I don't know many Alice Cooper songs at all. Just not a fan, really, you know. Was he the one who sung Only Women Bleed? Yeah, I don't know. If so, that's the only song I know of his, but I don't know if that's him singing it. Kevin said, Kai, did you mean Stephen Hawking? Yes, that's it. D. Lee said, I just had to block an art group on Facebook because all the women are voting Kamala because she's a woman. Some people are just still fast asleep, aren't they? SW said, sorry, Joe Biden. Kai said, yeah, him. Epstein listed. Yep. And D. Lee said, hello, the other Deb. There's 3 now, apparently. We've got 3 Debs. Oh, 2 Debs and a Deborah. Okay, D. Lee said, hey, Kevin. Ego Shredder said, medical industry was hijacked 100 years ago by the usual suspects. And I highly agree, Ego Shredder. Exactly. And Debs J said, hi, Kevin. SW said, Shannon's late fee is ticking away like a taxi meter. Yeah, I don't think Shannon's not here and Tim Ayer's not here and got a few who aren't here. God love them. Ego Shredder said, sorry, 150 years ago I meant. Alex said, I'm sure I heard a few weeks ago that apparently those people were surrogates to Big Mike and Barack and why Big Mike was never pregnant. Seems legit. I heard they borrowed them years ago. Kai said, ego, same guys as today, actually. D. Lee said, Shannon cracks me up. Ego Shredder said, Kai, yep, sure are. Cheryl said, the drums of war. Shannon makes me say a lot of rude things because of his comments, and then I try and read them and go, yeah, try and not read the rude ones out. Alex said, shame they had to bring politics into an art group, D. Lee. D. Lee said, hello, Ego and Cheryl. Cheryl said, damn, Hev, had mute the TV and just used my phone. Why, what happened? SW said, Scott Ritter called Trump a buffoon. That cracked me up. Ego Shredder had a message retracted. Kai said, USA chants remind me official Trophy Rock has an AI song. United States, very good instrumental. D. Lee said, Alex, I know, right? Not to mention all the bad portraits of Kamala. Alex said, I dread to think, D. Lee. SW said, I've been watching Pauline Hanson's Please Explain all doped up on codeine. It's even better. Yeah, for your pain, for your broken leg, yep. Yeah, it would be interesting. I can't take that stuff. It makes me sick as a dog. D. Lee said, how you doing, Cobra Kai? Kai said, Candace Owens has the whole story. Communist family, commie roots back to the slave days. There you go. Ego Shredder said, I call her Kabbalah Harris because like every other politician, she's a Shabbos goy. Kai said, on her family's plantation. Kai said, a whole watty. A whole a watty? Alex said, they're all horrid and we'll never have our best interests. They won't be happy until we're all miserable. Kai said there should be a common language for insulting to start fights easy. Cheryl said, Alex, we're going to make sure that's a boomerang. SW said, I won't be happy till they're all miserable, but I suppose they already are. Kai said, the other problem with Camel Toe is that she's an imbecile and a narcissistic tyrant. Alex said, this is why people should homeschool their children and protect them from the state. Ego Shredder said this. And pointing, I think, to Alex's comment. Alex said, yes, deflect their evil, Cheryl. Kai said, she reminds me of Mother. SW said, I've been watching algebra and other complex math shows on YouTube. Hell's freezing over. Cheryl said, I hope they escape California. Dealey said, this is just one story. I've seen several like this and worse. Yeah. Is that lady? That poor lady who got locked up for not sending her child to an indoctrination camp because she was in hospital? Sybil said, Kamala's so dirty. Thanks, Hev. SW said, remember to hit that like, guys. Thank you, guys. Kai said, yep, it's just about a wrap for this age. Ego Shredder had another message retracted. Cheryl said, that salad's going to be turned to soup. Paul said, curry Kamala. SW said, get her on the codeine, that dry up her verbal diarrhea. Ooh, it just jumped. No, it didn't. Okay. Oh. Ego Shredder said, Kamala is literally demonically possessed. Cheryl said, coconut curry, Paul. Alex said, I know it's difficult and people are made to believe they should work for someone else, make them rich, and why the government are trying to stamp out small businesses. They don't want people to be independent. Exactly. I feel like I've got a hair on my nose. Cat hair, probably. Dealey said, SW, verbal diarrhea, good one. Alex said, Kamala's unhinged. SW said, I had to slave on the chain gang for $50 a day. Reminds me of a song, but everything does anyway, I suppose. And Alex said, no sound, Hev. And you know what I did? I didn't even have the chat. Like, I couldn't even look at the chat to find out until you rang me, and then I knew straight away. So as soon as my phone started ringing, I went, oh, shit, my volume is off. Oh, dear. Sorry, guys. And Dealey's going. And Ego Shredder's got the mic and, you know, no sound, little red things. Cheryl said, time to get political fear because everything is political. Jay said, muted Hev, and Cheryl said, silence. Kai said, no sound. Yes, so what I did was I rolled the comments way back to the beginning to try and get all the comments. It still didn't work anyway. So I just let it roll, and then I could see when you say, no sound, no sound. Oh, no. Why is my nose running? Yeah, Kai said, no sound. Out to lunch said, caller. Ego Shredder said, I hope Kamala's not cut Hev's tongue off. Deb J said, someone DM Hev. Joel said, Hev, I think you may be muted. Out to lunch said, no sound. Kai said, it wouldn't surprise me. Cheryl said, everyone in unison yell, Hev. Sherry said, they're buying up all the houses around where I live. People have no idea what they've planned for us. Everything's so high. Landlords have no option but to sell, leaving people homeless. SW said, 1, 2, 3, Hev. Kai said, okay, 5 by 5. Virginia said, no sound. Out to lunch said, I know. Ego Shredder said, sound back on now. Okay. Kai said, I hear the clip, but not Hev yet. Paul said, by now you would think YouTube would have a screen alert to streamer from admins. Cheryl said, it's back. Virginia said, no sound. Dealey said, hello, Sherry, and out to lunch. Kai said, okay, all better now, 5 by 5. Alex said, all good now. Oh, my goodness. Sorry, guys. It happens every now and then. Like just before, I clicked the thing, but it didn't unmute for some reason. I'm not sure why. But, hey, if you can put up with me and all my faults, I really appreciate that, even when I get things wrong and forget to unmute the mic. Thank you, guys. And thanks, Alex, for ringing me and letting me know. As soon as my phone rings, I know something's wrong. So I'm looking like, oh, the volume. And Sherry said, hey, Dealey. Cheryl said, yeppers. Alex said, it wasn't long, just the end of Kamala's video. SW said equals 25. See, the math lessons are working. Oh, 5 by 5 equals 25, yep. Virginia said, yay, and Kai's laughing. Cheryl said the entire mountainside is going to end up in the river. Deb said all those people will not be able to vote. Alex said, hey, Virginia. SW said we had a teacher that had eggplant stamps. Wow. That's one thing I'm worried about being on the mountain up here, is if there is heavy, heavy, heavy rain, we are at risk of landslides because we're at the top of the mountain, so... Oh, well. SW said we had a teacher that had elephant stamps. Adelia said, what? Sleepy stickers? Alex said, what's in those stickers? SW said LSD. Kai said tranquilizers. Cheryl said it's a herbal sleeping medicine. Kai said transdermal. SW said ketamine. Alex said, that's creepy. Get your children out of these places. Yeah, the teacher, whoever did it, wouldn't want to be standing in front of me. You haven't seen Feral. You'd see Feral. Ego Shredder said, Dunno, lithium is used as a way of controlling energy levels and behaviour. Kai said, yep. Cheryl said they need to give those teachers dirt naps. SW said, is that Robert's talking to Alex Jones? Wow. Yeah, exactly, SW. That's what I thought. That's why I put it in there. And I've shared it on Twitter, so if anyone wants to watch, we see one of our politicians talking to Alex Jones. He's a member of One Nation, along with Pauline Hanson. Bloody hell, would you sit right? Yeah, so there you go. Kai said to treat chemical imbalance. Dealey said agreed, Cheryl, said Deb J. SW said, Senator Roberts never ceases to amaze me. Yes, he's good. And I like him because he's part of One Nation and because I go for One Nation. Because we are One Nation. Kai said everything that's going to happen will tear this world apart figuratively. SW, I got what you meant, Senator, yep. Alex said maybe that's what Maddie and the other children were given while their parents partied at the tapas bar, sleepy stickers. Kai said Alex, or worse. Cheryl said same as the jabbies, junk science. Alex said, yeah, their parents are doctors, so they'll be able to get hold of all sorts, Kai. SW said, F yeah, and I've punched a few faces too. Look, these people who are worried over words, I don't think they've been punched in the face. If words hurt them. Seriously. Kai said, when the dust finally settles, nothing will ever be this way again. Completely different. Yep, I agree, Kai. Cheryl said, yeah, Kai, there's no going back. Dealey said 97% of science agree with their backers and the other 3% get censored and banned. I agree. Alex said that's cruel to distress animals like that. Cheryl said even the animals under evil when they see it. Yeah, they recognise it when they see it. SW said, yeah, Alex, I agree. Get off that horse too. Alex said animals can see. Cheryl said, Kai, it's us or them and there's more of us than there is of them. Kai said, animals think like us, just no thumbs. If that horse wants him off, he'd be off in a turn. Yeah, he'd kick him off. Like buck him off, you know. SW said, my favourite animal is off the Muppets, the drummer. Oh, and my dog, of course. I remember the drummer. Animal, yep. Cheryl said, it's all alphabet soup to me. Kai said, Cheryl, there's a bunch of different groups of us's. SW said they broke that horse and it was MK'd. Cheryl said, yeah, Kai, and we will be unstoppable. Kai said, those illegals and the roundup will be used to kick any door that's closed. Alex said, I will always trust my animal's instinct. My dog Roxy was friendly with everyone, but I trusted her when she wanted to cross the road or didn't like someone. Definitely, especially when they like most people and they certainly don't like one person. Kai said at first maybe Cheryl, but as soon as chaos breaks, we're cooked. Cheryl says, Kai, we're different, but we are all the same. One people, one race, one love. Kai said, true, more alike than different, but just very smart apes. Apes are violent. Alex said, agreed, Cheryl. SW said, Cheryl, yes. I called up the Jewish Australian Association and argued that point yesterday. Kai said, violence and any excuse, that's the human ape's speciality. Cheryl said, I don't think so, Kai. More people realise we have the same thing in common when it comes to our country, and our differences can be put aside to protect what's right for all of us. Different, but the same. SW said, but it feels good to smack a buffoon in the face sometimes, Kai. Kai said, it's illegal to interact with dolphin and orcas like Prime Directive from Star Trek, no joke. Kai said, they have a language and society. SW said, I love our sea mammals. Ego Shredder said, the original definition of the word nation is the land of a race of people. Therefore, multiracial nation is an oxymoron. That's interesting, Ego Shredder. Kai said, SW, I agree. Cheryl said, remember the precipice, Kai? We'll be pushed to the precipice, but we'll come back from it. We are so close. So close. I was close a long time ago, right? But, we are. We've got to wait for everyone else. That's the thing. And as I could see on Sky News Australia, half of them are still asleep, thinking that they were white nationalists protesting when they're all dressed exactly the same. No protest. Did you turn up too? Is anyone going to be dressed in the same gear? Cheryl said, and we have each other, many more of us, exactly. And Alex said, hey, Joel. Yeah, I don't think I said hello. Hey, Joel, how you going? SW said, I'm staying up here on the precipice and singing, I'm the king of the castle and you're the dirty rascal. Kai said, look up Mouse Utopia Experiment. That's where we're going now. Yes. Where they give them everything they need and then they start fighting. Because there's the pretty ones that sit and groom themselves all day and do nothing else. And the men are emasculated and just eat each other in the end. Cheryl said, Ego Shredder, America is an oxymoron, but not as many morons as they thought they created. Kai said, got to get to hell before you get to heaven. SW said, oh shit, it jumped. No, that's not what SW said. I did. Where was I up to? SW said, and reaching down to help others arrive, of course. Joel said, hey there, Alex and everyone in the chat. Kai said, Joel. SW said, true that, Kai. Cheryl says, righto, Kai. Alex said, I think the Pope is evil and the Vatican is full of satanic artwork, and if you can call it that. Apparently there's only one space on the wall left after him. Ooh, interesting. Kai said, us older ones may not make it. It's going to be a long time. I think it might go quicker than we think, Kai. Kai said, we had the Dark Ages, wonder what they're going to name this next deal. Cheryl said, I'm an older one, Kai, got plenty of tenacity and ammo. Way to go, Cheryl. SW said, Kai, it's not far away and you're nearly there of the pinnacle of indifference, self-awareness and love. Cheryl said, not a bad cook either. Good one, Cheryl. Kai said, with mine slipping, I may not know the difference by then. Hang in there, Kai. We're praying for you. Sybil said, I believe you're correct, Alex. You can follow the money on that and find institution of evil and a cult and nothing more. Alex said, Cheryl. SW said, haha, I've seen a mate drive his car up a power pole. Really? Cheryl said, you right, Kai, you cooked. SW said he went straight up the wire securing it. Really? Kai said, I'll never know it though. Cheryl said, Kai's a frog. Kai said, geez, that's dark humour. When I forget the bathroom, I want the pod. Kai said, just have me put down. No, Kai, no. Alex said, hey, Sybil, you just have to look at that creepy room with the snake's head at the front to see if something's not right. SW said, Kai is a survivor for sure. Cheryl said, no, Kai, we'll point you in the direction of the hedges. Learn from the migrants. Sybil said, it looks spiritually corrupt to me, Alex. Cheryl said, down in the bushes with an AR. Kai Kai said, Tony said she'd get high pressure. What is it? Bardai? Little scary. SW said M4s are better. Cheryl said, Leafs if you... Oh, God love you. Oh, Shannon.
Uncomofo tipped $1. Good day, smoko time.
How you going, Shannon? Good to see you. Wow. God love you. Thank you. I didn't even know you were here. Oh, you've just joined us. God love you. Okay, Kai's laughing. Cheryl said, Leafs if you got them, soldier. Kai said, no, all of it's come civil, worldwide and interplanetary. SW said, Kai will get 50 cal for sure. Cheryl said, lol, that batter high will do with no water. What is it? Bardai. Is that how you say it? Kai said, you all heard about the giant cube O, the way? The giant cube? I don't know. Is it the same thing I'm thinking of? I don't know. SW said, where is our kindly doctor today? Cheryl said, cube of what? Kai said, huge cube spotted by James Webb, and while tracking, it changes course to intercept Earth. Deb said, and Shannon. Kai said, any time from 2027 to 2030. Cheryl said, distraction, Kai, don't fall for it. Yeah, anything that's making, anything that puts fear into people too, be wary of. Alex said, seems the same to me too, Sybil. I think of all the things they are hiding in their miles and miles of vaults and books. They can't hide forever, though. I believe all will be revealed. Kai said, hard to tell, it's coming right towards us. Kai said, cover set up for Bluebeam. SW said, took me long enough to master the Rubik's Cube. Oh, lordy. Cheryl said, Earth's axis is shifted by 150 miles. That's why the auroras. Alex said, he could be working. He works so hard. We love Timmy. Kai said, I see hangars packed with yoga-style crap UFOs. SW said, a diamond in the rough for sure, Alex. Cheryl said, in person, Kai? J1, how you going? 110,000 three-story train cars with shackles ordered and built. 8,000 guillotines with 33,000 spare blades bought and stored. Obama. Dealey said, I believe DARPA's causing the auroras. You never know. Could be right, Dealey. Kai said, yep. Day after tomorrow, crap, also possible, supposedly. I think they're to scare us. Kai said, but Earth is rolling over. SW said, so we'll be on top, no longer down under. Cheryl said, if you saw it on the television, Kai, don't believe it. Kai said, sunset is a way out of place of where it should be. Kai said, don't watch TV. SW said, aurora, probably man-made. Kai said, I'm disabled, so I just researched when I wasn't doing anything. That's what I did. When I got sick, the only thing I could do was research to keep my mind going because my body wouldn't do what it's told, you know. Alex said, Harp admitted they did it. Cheryl said, well, internet is the new television, so dissect everything and don't believe it unless you see it with your lying eyes. Exactly. Use discernment. Don't even believe what I say until you've researched it. Kai said, I'm slowing down, though. Not much point to gather snippets you can't remember. Kai said, phone, be right back. Alex said, doesn't look natural. SW said, funny how most disabled folks are actually more able than the able. Spend some time with us and you'll soon see. Yeah, you've got to keep the mind sharp. No matter what the body does, you've got to keep your mind sharp. Or try, you try. Okay, Sherry said Harp. Dealey said, I keep mixing up Harp and DARPA and the stuff they do. Alex said, they're both baddies, Dealey. Yes, they are. And Dealey said, yes, they are, Alex. Cheryl said, television auroras. Virginia said, my daughter just found out the North Carolina unregistered her for voting. She's always voted. Really, Virginia? How you going, Virginia? Ooh. SW said, when are you doing a Somerset special, Hev? As soon as I can. The news is just coming out like you wouldn't believe, so it's a little bit harder to do certain things. But I will work on it. Cheryl said, it's Kai. SW said, Mr. Smiggles has the limelight. Sherry said, he looks like a lunatic. And Dealey's got ears again. Cheryl said, the sound of silence. And Alex put the Rumble link in, and I realised that, I hadn't I had clicked it, but it hadn't unmuted me. Alex said, hey, Mrs. Smiggles and Bella. Ego Shredder said, some idiot on Twitter said hurricanes cannot be created. True, but they can be steered, and even 2009 episode of the History Channel showed how this was done. Dealey said, yes, Ego. Alex said, the only Alice Cooper song I can think of is Poison, quite fitting. Ego Shredder said, Hev for Aussie PM. Who's going to be her vice PM? I don't think I'm not allowed. I'm not a citizen. I've got to get citizenship. Alex said, they clearly haven't read up about Project Sirius either, lol, Ego Shredder. Dealey said, Ego, Shannon VP. And Alex said, Shannon with little hearts. Dealey said, MP. Kai said, okay, back, family cook, Fixina. SW said, when I get home from work, I want to wrap myself around you. I want to take you and squeeze you till the passion starts to rise. I want to take you to heaven. That would make my day complete, but you and me ain't. It's you and me, Alice Cooper. Oh, okay. Alex said, welcome back, Kai. SW said his only good album was Goes to Hell. Kachegi Yowie, how you going? SW, the lyrics were written on toilet paper. SW said, hey, Yowie, how's your brother? Alex said, they've been at it for years. Music is full on demonic. They don't even hide who they serve anymore. Kachega said, all good, peeps. Everyone's saying hello. Geoloft, how you going? Alex said, we love you, Hev. Kachega said, Alex, the master tapes are taken to a room where satanic ritual is done over them. They carry demons with the music. I've heard that too, Kachega Yowie. Dealey said, Geoloft. And Kachega said, hey, Dealey. Alex said, yes, I've heard people say that's done with music, and I've seen the video of a witch doing a ritual over all the monster drinks called Liquid Death, Kachega. Kai said, listening, cooking, though. Fair enough, Kai. Dealey said, Alex, this is their favourite month. The pray over all the candy that rots teeth and make them sick. Alex said, I couldn't watch it as I didn't want to hear the words, but I saw the introduction of what she was doing. Dealey said, this time last year, people were reporting worms in the chocolates. Ew. Ego Shredder said, Dealey, probably is lol at 2,000 magnification. At this point, I don't know if I'd trust anyone with my, like if Halloween, you know. I don't know if I'd trust anyone giving my kids any lollies or chocolates or anything. I don't know. Lucky my kids are grown up, but I've got grandkids. And I think my daughter does take them trick-or-treating, but she goes with them. But I'm still, I don't know, I'm going to warn her. Alex said, yes, it's crazy that parents let their children knock on strangers' door for sweets, candies, Dealey. Shannon said, g'day from the Riverland, South Australia on Smoko break. God love you, Shannon. So Shannon's at work, that's why. Conchega said, Dealey, Halloween is the murder month leading up to satanic Christmas rituals. Dealey said, Shannon, you made it. Alex said, I wonder if we'll hear of another mysterious celeb death soon. Can't believe it's nearly been a year since Matt Perry was found in his hot tub. Lots of deaths surrounding water. Definitely. Watch the water. Dealey said, yes, agreed, Ego and Conchega. Sybil said, thanks, Hev. Much love. You too, Sybil. And Alex said, hey, Shannon, glad you made it. Ego Shredder said, Alex, the politician, Alex Salmon in Scotland, died yesterday. Ego Shredder said, Alex, but he's not a celebrity as you mean it. Yeah, nobody popular or big yet. And Pat. How you going, Pat? Kachega said they call it Rommel death. Deb J said, hi, Shannon. We're missing Deb R. Deb Richardson. SW said, g'day, Shannon. I was on the phone with my great doctor. Alex said, yes, I saw that. He apparently had a heart attack whilst giving a speech. He had all that scoundrel with sexual abuse. He's a well-known ego shredder. He is still well-known. Shannon said, who wants a Tesla bot? Yeah, no. Yeah, no, definitely. And Alex said, hey, Pat. Alex said, awesome, Shannon. Shannon said, running out of time to swap out Kamala with Big Mike. I don't think they can now. I don't know. Can they? SW said, couldn't have Alex. You need to have a heart attack. Oh. Alex said, true lol, SW. Alex says he's probably prepping now to live in her neck, Shannon. D-Lee said, the eyes are useless when the mind is blind. Shannon said, you know, one fake black woman for another type of fake black woman? I don't get what that means, Shannon. Oh, swapping one fake Kamala out for Big Mike? Gotcha. It nearly went over my head. Geloff said, Project Bluebeam is limited by what it can do. Besides, it's not needed. They already have installed the fear of Bluebeam into the mind of the masses worldwide. I've heard that they do, like, that the left leak out conspiracy theories to make people scared, right? And Tim Pool believes HARP is one of them. I don't. I believe HARP is what we think it is. Because they can make that thing, and I think they've perfected it, and it's much smaller now. They don't need such big areas to do it. And I believe they're all over the earth, and I believe when they turn a few of them on, it can steer things. Aim a few lasers up and see what happens, you know, at the same time. That's what I think. Kai said, Shannon Geo. Shannon said, Cobra Kai. Dealey said the History Channel show on steering hurricanes replayed on free TV a couple of weeks ago. There you go. Kai said, taters are baking and dishes are done. And you're making me hungry already. Kai said, I think Tony just got home too. Kai said, look at Oreo under a microscope. Oh, no. I don't eat Oreo cookies. Geloff said, I don't know if guys remember me telling you about my grandfather's squadron trying to use time-delayed bomb to blow up and stop a typhoon. They actually made it stronger. That was World War II in Indo-Pacific. There you go. Alex says, that the one with Jeremy Clarkson, Dealey? Shannon said that symbol on Oreo is a satanic symbol. Kai said, oh, Halloween night, 3 a.m. till 6, hunting. Ego Shredder said, if the day comes when you walk into a store and see a new chocolate bar called Wriggler, you know it's game over and Bill G has won. Alex said, oh, wow, Geoloft. Shannon said, Debs, snowed under with happy endings. Kai said, anyone see the movie Snowpiercer? Equal to original Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? No. Geoloff said, Alex, yes, they've been manipulating weather for a very long time now. They can steer it, so why don't they steer it away from major population centres? Shannon said, lucky Hev, if you didn't get that one, I would have had to rage quit. Oh, God love you. Thank you, Shannon. I appreciate that. Alex said, yes, I've seen that. Nothing is bloody safe, symbols and everything, Shannon. Dealey said, Alex, I don't know. I wasn't watching it. My roommate was. We previously had arguments about whether manipulation TV backed up my argument. Good one, Dealey. That's always a win. Shannon had a message retracted. Alex said they wouldn't be able to force people into 15-minute cities if they steered it away. Yeah, there's a method to their madness, unfortunately. And they are mad. SW said typhoons created and steered by buffoons. Kai said no kids in Snowpiercer. Alex said rage quit, Shannon. Kai said 5 adults in a train with a frozen earth. Oh, I think I've seen something. Maybe a part of that movie or something. Geoloff says disaster capitalism, that's why they steer the storm. Hurricane Milton just hit Florida. West Palm was the hardest hit. And who lives there? T-Man, Mr. Trump. There you go. And with that, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm going to meet you over on Rumble for a quick dive into Sandy Hook. Okay, guys? Shannon said, we'll do. See ya. Smoke over. Have a good one. Ego Stress said, Heavy, you going to make a 2025 prediction list for your New Year's Eve stream? I don't know. I'll have to think about it. We'll see. I don't know if I can predict much at all, but yeah, we'll have a look. Kai said, it's the kids from the factory. Pick for luck, and fixed needed for their luck alone. Sybil went, and Alex said, that's the first for TV. What did your roommate say, Dealey? With that, guys, I'm going to go. I'll meet you over on Rumble. Much love. See you soon. Bye.